Hey everyone, it's Desiree, and I am here with another design team project for Birch Press Designs. Today I'm going to be using the Stitched Heart die set from them. What's great about this die set is, one, you get multiple dies, it's like a nested die set, and the stitching is on the outside of the image when you die cut. And this actually fits some of their other dies, one of their heart layering dies as well. So very versatile. But here I'm just going to use this nesting die. So what I've done is I've taken them, I've lined them up, I've used some of my purple tape so that they stay set in this formation. And then I've chosen some multiple cardstock, as you can see, and I've cut all of them out. I'm then going to take a piece of white cardstock, and I'm just going to trim that down. I just want that to be in the background of my main piece. This is actually my card base, or my card design base. So now I'm just going to grab all of these layers. Now here's what's great. Maybe you don't have double-sided foam squares, or excuse me, you don't have, double-sided foam tape. You can use your cardstock to add dimension. So I'm going to layer these hearts together, and the more dimension that I want, the more I'm going to use the cardstock pieces. So what I mean by that is I've got all of these pieces. By the time I get down to, and I'm pulling it out of the case that I have it in here, so sorry about the crinkling there. So by the time I get down to the small heart, I'm using all the colors. The red, the orange, the yellow, the blue, and the green, so that it'll give me more of a dimensional look. Almost like a step down onto the heart. You don't have to use all of these layers. I could have used more layers on the outermost part of the heart and made the heart go down in by using only one layer of cardstock. So I hope I'm making sense there. By gluing these layers together, it'll get thicker and thicker. So it'll automatically add dimension to your card. Now, the more thicker cardstock that you use, the greater the dimension will occur on your card. If you're using a lightweight cardstock, it won't be as drastic, the steps or the height and the dimension for each of the levels. So it all depends on what you're looking for, and of course what you already have in your stash for papers. Once I had that all done, I wanted to work on my sentiment. And the sentiment that I chose comes from their Best Friend clear stamp set. So I'm choosing a bunch of these sentiments. So I'm choosing the Wow. I'm going to choose You Are Simply The, and then Best in these. So I've got these two fonts going on. I did choose to use my stamp positioner because I just knew I would mess it up. Somehow I would do that. I used my sticky ink, my VersaFine ink, to stamp that image in so that when I apply my embossing powder, it would stick, and then I'm going to use my heat gun just to heat set that. I did choose a white so that that would stand out. So this is a very bright spring type card, but think about all different shades of red. This would be perfect for Valentine's Day. You could use any color that you would want, and it could actually go for that time frame. I'm going to use my double-sided tape to adhere this onto my standard A2 size card base, which is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and it is a top folding card base. I then pulled out my Spectrum Noir, and I'm going to go over each of the hearts. The Spectrum Noir is my favorite. I love the glitter and the shine that it gives, but I just wanted a little bit of sparkle, but only on the hearts, not on the background. I also decided to pull out my glossy accents so that I would do every other heart. So my thought was to do the center heart, the smallest one, and then the yellow one to do the next step. Now, here's a little tip. When it comes to glossy accents, I do not recommend it. For me, it does not work. I do not recommend putting it in another bottle. I get a lot of air bubbles whenever I do that. So keep it in its original bottle. I never have a problem when I keep it in the original bottle. So I did switch to the Nouveau Glaze. It does come out a lot quicker. But I never have issues with air bubbles with that one. I am using a rounded edge tool, so anything that you have that has a nice round edge will help you spread out this glaze to the edge of your cardstock or where you would want it to be. So I'm just using that tool just to help spread that along so that I can have a nice even coat of the glaze on the two hearts. Whenever I let these cards dry, I do let them dry for 24 hours without disruption, just in case. I always nick it. It's like getting your nails painted. You think it's dry and then you hit something and boom, you chipped your nails. I know, I do it all the time. But I do hope you enjoyed this project using the Birch Press Stitched Heart die set. That was a lot to say there. And something so simple in a nested die. You can get many different shapes and many different textures from it. So I do hope you enjoyed today's project. All of the products that I used will be listed down below in the video description. If you have any questions or comments, please leave those down below as well, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. I hope everyone's having a great day, and thank you so much for stopping by and watching my video. I'd love for you to subscribe, of course. Make sure you ring the bell when you do, so then you will know when the next video's up and ready for you to watch. Have a great day, but always remember what's most important. Always be creative.